Script for the Banished Froggy. Froggy being banished from the village. In a distant village, there was a frog named Froggy. He was well known for his troublesome behavior, and due to his antics, the village chief decided to exile him permanently. Chief, pointing directly at Froggy, we have made efforts to listen to you, Froggy, but there has been no improvement whatsoever. You need to leave immediately.
Froggy, kneeling, I truly apologize.
Chief, without any hesitation, your apology won't make a difference, Froggy. It's time for you to go, and do not return to this village ever again. He had no option but to leave the village, a decision he had never faced before. Once outside the village, he found that the situation was not as simple for him.
Froggy moving out of the village.
He settled beneath a small tree and conceived the idea of traveling far from his village in search of a place where he would be welcomed and accepted. After several days of relentless walking, he spotted a beautiful green jungle a few miles away and yearned for a safe place he could call home. Early in the morning, he was awakened by the rays of the sun. Intrigued about their source, he looked up and discovered that the cave had an open top. While exploring the cave, he stumbled upon a small banana shoot.
Froggy's excitement. Froggy exclaimed with enthusiasm, "Oh, it looks beautiful!" Filled with excitement, he thought to himself, I would like to make this cave my new home.
Froggy's excitement. Froggy exclaimed with enthusiasm, "Oh, it looks beautiful!" Filled with excitement, he thought to himself, I would like to make this cave my new home.
Froggy's excitement. Froggy exclaimed with enthusiasm, "Oh, it looks beautiful!" Filled with excitement, he thought to himself, I would like to make this cave my new home.
A few days later, while he was residing in the cave, the small oasis started to diminish. Froggy felt a deep sense of sadness and made the decision to leave the cave. As he stepped outside, he observed that the once vibrant green jungle had become dry due to a drought impacting the region. Worried about the little banana shoot and how he could save it from wilting, he went back to the cave. That night, he rested beside the banana shoot.
Froggy, sighing with curiosity, wow! There is a shade at last. Froggy, with a lot of emphasis and excitement, I want to get up that tree, it's growing tall each day.
He tried many times to jump and reach at the top of banana leaves but to no avail. The following morning, Froggy awoke feeling energetic and strong. He decided to take another jump, and to his surprise, on his first attempt, he landed on the banana leaves. Overjoyed, he relaxed on the soft, smooth, and long leaves until he eventually fell asleep and began to snore loudly. Each morning, dew would accumulate thanks to the sunlight, and as Froggy lounged on the banana leaves, the dew droplets would fall directly into his mouth, satisfying his thirst. Small insects like mosquitoes and flies served as his food. They were drawn to the tree for shelter, allowing the frog to consume plenty of them. He was never left hungry.
A new home called Zamzee.
In a village called Zamzee, located near the jungle, there lived 4 adventurous children in one of the homesteads, 2 sisters, Margaret and Cecelia, and 2 brothers, John and Solomon. On a Wednesday morning during their midterm school break, while they were busking outside their farm, they heard a loud yawn coming from the nearby jungle at exactly 10 o'clock.
Margaret, did you hear that? Exclaimed, her eyes wide with surprise.
The siblings responded in unison, "Yes, sister, where is that noise coming from?"
Margaret, with curiosity piqued, suggested, "We should find out where that sound originated."
They set off on their journey, with Cecelia riding on Margaret's back. As they neared the jungle, they quickly spotted a cave with a narrow path leading into it, which further fueled their curiosity. Solomon peeped through and exclaimed, "Come and see. It's absolutely beautiful." The others hurriedly gathered to catch a glimpse of the sight and decided to take turns entering quietly. Once inside, they were greeted by a stunning banana tree.
Siblings, yeah! They all shouted in excitement, as they rushed to embrace the tree.
Upon reaching it, Froggy concealed himself because he had never encountered children before. He was only familiar with wild animals and frogs. Meanwhile, the kids eagerly scrambled for the bananas that had fallen from the tree. After satisfying their hunger, they settled down beneath the lovely banana tree, taking in the picturesque scenery of that charming spot. As they enjoyed the refreshing breeze and gazed at the sky through the cave's open top, John noticed some movement among the banana leaves and signaled his siblings to pay attention.
John whispered, "Look up, there's something moving on the banana leaves."
When they looked up, they had never seen such a large frog before. As evening approached, not only did they feel apprehensive about the coming darkness but also about the thought of being so close to an animal that made them to marvel, so they had to leave for home. Solomon exclaimed in disbelief, "What? It's a huge frog." The next day, the children went to play near the jungle. Froggy came down to observe and admired the kids as they played, wishing he could join in their fun. He moved slowly to a spot where he could watch them more closely and tried to squeeze himself between two logs, but unfortunately, he got stuck and couldn't move. He struggled to free himself but was unsuccessful. Unable to pretend any longer due to the pain he was in, Froggy mustered the courage to call for help.
Froggy, shouting, "It's me! It's me! Please help!"
As the children hurriedly searched for the source of the distress call, Margaret, a wildlife enthusiast at her school who loves animals, spotted the frog and exclaimed,
Margaret, with great empathy, "Oh my goodness! Let's join hands to move this log so we can help this frog."
Oh God! Oh, snot! Ew! I have mucus in my throat.
Margaret and John made several attempts to remove the log, but it was too heavy for them to lift. Unable to succeed, they decided to return home and ask their father, Gerard, for help. When they arrived home, they spotted their dad working in the garden from a distance. They hurried over and begged him to assist the frog that was stuck. However, he hesitated because he had a lot of gardening tasks to complete and felt quite tired.
Baba Gerard encountered with Froggy. After providing first child to the frog, Gerard, their father, noticed a stunning banana tree laden with bananas ready for picking.
After providing first aid to the frog, Gerard, their father, noticed a stunning banana tree laden with ripe bananas ready for picking.
Gerard exclaimed in shock, "Those bananas are toasty."
Froggy croaked back with a smile, "They belong to me. I live up there, that's my home. Would you like some? I have plenty."
Gerard replied enthusiastically, "Yes, I would love to share some with my family and would also appreciate it if you could give me some shoots to plant on my farm back home."
The frog generously offered him 2 entire bunches of ripe bananas that he had previously stored and provided some shoots in a bag for planting on Gerard's farm. He also guided Gerard through a wider gate so he could easily pass with the luggage he was carrying. They all felt joyful and bid farewell to each other. The children returned home with their father and excitedly shared their wonderful experience with their mother, who was thrilled to see the delightful gifts from their dear Froggy friend and to learn about the secret jungle nearby. Froggy meets with new friends.
The children stealthily entering the woods.
A few miles away, tigers began to gather as they could sense and smell that the children were back in the dense forest. As they drew closer, the children were sound asleep. The frog, noticing the increasing number of tigers at the cave entrance, started to tremble and became quite anxious. Suddenly, he attempted to throw stones, but it was ineffective. He yelled at the tigers, yet that did not intimidate them. Feeling anxious, he recalled the tunnel beneath the banana tree, which produces a loud sound whenever he yawns each morning. He decided to give it a shot and whistled into the tunnel with all his might, persistently continuing to whistle down its length. His voice was so powerful that it resembled a gentle rumble of thunder that vibrated the earth. The tigers were astonished to hear that loud noise. They believed it was a massive giant residing near the banana tree. The animals quickly began to flee, warning other wildlife such as lions and buffaloes to escape as swiftly as possible. They dashed for their lives, with all the creatures in the jungle retreating deep into the dense forest to avoid the frog's cave. The disturbance was so significant that it roused the children from their sleep. John awoke in surprise to find himself in the cave and called out to his siblings. Their joy from spending time with Froggy was palpable as they packed their bananas, folded them neatly, and headed home.
John, shocked and surprised, "Hey guys, let's head home, it's getting late and we're in Froggy's land."
The small frog tossed some banana leaves to assist the children in folding and transporting the leftover bananas back to their home.
Margaret, with a lot of joy, "See you soon, Froggy."
Bye! Bye! Bye!
They gazed up at the tree and spotted Froggy, who was smiling and waving enthusiastically at them. This filled the children with excitement. as they realized they had made a new friend in the forest.
Cecelia, exclaiming with excitement, a Santesana.
The next morning, after their parents had left to run some errands, the children quietly slipped out of the yard to visit their friend, the frog, and check on how he was doing. They enjoyed themselves and ended up napping by the forest close to the Froggy banana tree.
Froggy bonds with the children.
Froggy, exhausted and bored, yo, yo, yo.
Hey! Hey!
The children ventured into the forest to greet Froggy and check on how he was doing. Upon arriving and navigating the narrow path into the cave, they rushed over to embrace the banana tree and say hello to Froggy. The children rushed to embrace the banana tree and greet Froggy. Little Cecelia, not wanting to be left out, climbed down from her father's arms and joined the other kids. She had grown fond of her new friend, who was waving and laughing with them. This delightful scene truly amazed their father. They brought some oranges for the frog and set them down by the banana tree. This gesture astonished the frog, as he had never received a gift from anyone before. Back in his hometown, he had no frog friends, but now he had discovered a loving family who embraced him. The children affectionately referred to him as Froggy. He was so delighted that he gifted them 3 additional bunches of bananas he had set aside for a later time, which brought them immense joy with this wonderful frog.
Bye! Bye!
Arriving at their Zamzee Village after coming from the forest that they shared with neighboring communities, excitement spread throughout the village as news circulated, and many returned home that evening eager to see and taste the large bananas they had brought back. The children prepared some food to take back to the forest, and their friends accompanied them, bringing gifts. Upon arriving at the banana tree where Froggy was located, Froggy greeted everyone with a cheerful
Froggy, waving with a smile exclaiming, Karibu uni watoto.
They were astonished that a frog was able to speak. They played beneath that tree, engaging in games like The frog joined the children in their activities. Whenever they felt hungry, they would all sit together and share their food equally, and the frog would offer them his delicious bananas. As evening approached, the frog would signal to them that it was time to return home for their safety and to avoid encounters with other wild animals. As time went on, news of Froggy's kindness traveled even further. The jungle shared stories of a frog who had once been an outcast but had now emerged as a symbol of hope. This caught the attention of the old chief who had previously exiled him. Filled with curiosity and a sense of regret, he journeyed to the renowned banana tree. He approached cautiously, but Froggy, with his ever-kind nature, embraced him warmly. Chief, admitting warmly, Froggy, I have wronged you. The stories of your generosity have even reached us, and I am here to seek forgiveness. Froggy, with a grin responded, what has happened is behind us, Chief. It is our current actions that will determine our future. Let's collaborate for the benefit of all beings, large and small. Froggy, with a grin responded, what has happened is behind us, Chief. It is our current actions that will determine our future. Let's collaborate for the benefit of all beings, large and small. Moved by these sentiments, the chief proclaimed the area around the banana tree as a sanctuary, a haven where all beings, irrespective of their previous actions, could discover peace and a fresh start. The sanctuary flourished, serving as a powerful symbol of forgiveness, togetherness, and the enduring essence of friendship. At its core was Froggy, once marginalized, now celebrated as a legend.
They observed that he had transformed into a large, attractive, wealthy, and powerful frog.
They all knelt down and begged for his assistance, shedding tears in the process. Froggy welcomed them. He had transformed into a remarkable frog, and many found it hard to believe he was the same infamous creature from their city. Life had indeed changed him. He invited them into his cave, which resembled a palace filled with abundant food, drinks, and a warm, inviting atmosphere. It was truly a beautiful paradise. They feasted and celebrated until morning.
Froggy is celebrated as a legend and gets a beautiful bride-to-be.
He invited them into his cave, which resembled a palace filled with abundant food, drinks, and a warm, inviting atmosphere. It was truly a beautiful paradise. They feasted and celebrated until morning. The chief had a lovely daughter and was looking for an appropriate husband for her. He introduced her to Froggy, who won her affection and wished to marry her. After seeking the chief's approval, permission was granted. His daughter, who was young and exceptionally beautiful, caught Froggy's attention. He approached her. She was quiet, very shy, and stunningly attractive. They dated for several days as he made elaborate plans for a grand wedding at his palace.
The kids meeting Froggy's new family and bride-to-be. The next morning, the children were surprised to find numerous frogs all over Froggy Land, hopping around and singing joyfully.
Froggy, very happy, inviting them, "Come here, my little friends." Froggy, insisting, "Do not be afraid, I am here with my family." The kids entered cautiously, careful not to step on the well-mannered frogs who were a bit scared of them.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Froggy presented his new family to them and formally invited them to his grand wedding scheduled for the upcoming Saturday. They beheld his bride-to-be, a stunningly beautiful and shy frog with long eyelashes and delicate nails, possessing a soft voice reminiscent of a princess. They had never encountered such beauty before. Froggy was deeply enamored with his new wife and remained by her side at all times, accompanying her wherever she went.
Froggy's grand wedding day arrives.
He provided the children with an invitation letter to deliver to their father and the kids in the village for his grand wedding. With the wedding day approaching, they chose to set up the reception outside the cave to ensure that all guests, including the wild animals in the forest, could be accommodated. Monkeys, children, and frogs paraded down the aisle of their church in pairs, all adorned and lovely. The village of Zamzee and its surrounding forest were filled with excitement as whispers spread about the grand wedding of Froggy and his new bride. This joyous occasion brought together people, wild animals, and pets, creating a lively atmosphere where everyone enjoyed food, drinks, and plenty of fun. The evening party was full of excitement. People brought all kinds of foods and drinks and there was plenty of fun too in the jungle. The celebration went for days. It was party after party in that village. Finally, all the frogs crowned him as the king of Froggy Land, and his bride became the queen. He was a benevolent king, always generous, even to children who lacked food. The village of Zamzee and its surrounding forest were filled with excitement as whispers spread about the grand wedding of Froggy and his new bride. This joyous occasion brought together people, wild animals, and pets, creating a lively atmosphere where everyone enjoyed food, drinks, and plenty of fun. The evening party was full of excitement. People brought all kinds of foods and drinks and there was plenty of fun too in the jungle. The celebration went for days. It was party after party in that village. Finally, all the frogs crowned him as the king of Froggy Land, and his bride became the queen. He was a benevolent king, always generous, even to children who lacked food.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Frogs, chanting in awe, Kruok Kruok Kruok. Even now, the frogs continue to honor King Froggy.
Bye!